Hi, this month we're looking at sharp race courses such as Aintree, Bangor-on-Dee, Brighton, Cartmel, Catterick, Chester, Epsom, Fakenham, Fontwell, Goodwood, Hereford, Kelso, Kempton, Lingfield, Market Raisin, Musselburgh, Newton, Abbott, Plumpton, Ripon, Sedgefield, Southwell, Stratford, Taunton, Warwick, Windsor, Wolverhampton, and finally Chelmsford City. We're looking at Betfair starting price as a post-industry starting price. Favourites for the last 10 years, and we start off with the most profitable. So laying to a backer's stake, 3-year-old plus 55 race classification. You can see that impressive performance there. That price graph just gives you an illustration of how things have looked over the last 10 years. You can see, particularly from this period here, it's been fairly consistent. That should give you an element of confidence. Always like to look at liability. Still marginal profit, but nowhere near laying to a level stake, i.e. looking to win £10. It's not really level stakes. You can also look at lay 1 to 4 staking plan. You can see that's turned £100 into 2,996. But you've got to look at the highest loss amount during that period. Would you have tolerated it in the real world? That's the question. Minus 238 there when the betting bank was 328. So some of it getting up to minus 500, but then the betting bank also showed quite well. So that could be something for those of you who like to take a little bit more of a risk in the hope of winning big. £100 into nearly £3,000, lay 1 to 4 staking plan. As luck would have it, we've got a sharp course today. We're looking for 3-year-old plus 55. That's what we're looking for that classification. Well worth searching out for. Nearly there, 3-year-old plus, but if that said 55, that would be a qualifier. No qualifier today. You don't need to leave the first page in order to find qualifiers there. You can see headgear P1, which is cheap pieces for the first time. Very strong lay there. Look at the price graph as well. It looks pretty good. Bit of a blip there. I wonder if that was COVID. Not sure. But it looks fairly consistent to a backer stake of £10. You can also look to later liability. It's still fairly reasonable at 692. So do bear that in mind if you want to limit your risk to a tenner. Just give you a bit of peace of mind. It has accumulated some good profits, and you've made some really good profits here as well. Oh, sorry, potential profits laying these very short price favourites. So that's working well. The bank, as you see, never went below the 100 there. Also look at the lay 1 to 4 staking plan, 100 into 2,400. Again, that's higher risk. Lay liability is lower risk. Lay level stakes is fluctuating with the price of the favourite. So if you've got odds of 5, your liability will be a lot bigger. That's the advantage of fixed liability. £10 only. You know where you stand there. P1 at the Racing Post. Well, let's go to the sharp race course, Market Raisin. We're just looking for P1. You can do Control and F. No, we don't need to. We're just looking at favourites, aren't we? So in order to find the favourite, click on the actual race title. You get these specialist race cards where you can sort. 9 to 4, no P1 there. What you'd see would be something like this. Instead of that H, you'd have a P1 with the favourite. Obviously not a qualifier there. So you can go through all of the other races. Let's go to 335. Have a look at the favourite there. Just randomly. Again, make sure you've got the shortest price. We might not know who the favourite is, but as you can see, there's no qualifier here. No P1. We've got a P there. If that was a P1 and that was a favourite, that would qualify. Now, this is an interesting angle. Sharp race courses. If the favourite ran over 24 furlongs, which is 3 miles last time out, back him. Look at the profit. To £10 level stakes, 100 into 1,329. Really got a boost recently. Are you hoping that this run here will continue on into the future? It looks good. That, again, could coincide Well, we can see 874. Does it coincide with COVID? No, it doesn't. 2018. So it's been going well over the 10 years. You've got a really sharp run from bet 987 all the way up to recent times. Looking good, back into level stakes. 24 furlongs, easy to find. Last time out. So for last time out, you need to click on the favourite's name. And all you're looking for is their last race. Scroll down. If the last race says 3M, such as that one, and this is the last race, 7th of July, 2 mile 4, so no qualifier. But if that had a 3M there, that would be a qualifier. To back. If you really wanted to tighten the ship, there's not many bets, but there's a 71% strike rate and just a little bit of a smoother profit graph if you're focusing on odds-on favourites for these favourites who have run 3 miles last time out. We need to do a bit of filtering here to get a really solid profit from backing favourites on sharp courses when they're aged 7. Look at that. Bit choppy to start off with, but a steady rise upwards. 100 into £1,370, 85 back into £10 level stakes. Let's have a look at 2024. 1,370 at the start of 2024. Let's have a look. 1101. So we're still making a profit in 2024. That's the starting bank, 1,071. That's the bank as it stands, 1,370. So still delivering in 2024. Backing favourites at decimal odds of 4 or higher when the horses are aged 7. So we're getting rid of all of the odds on favourites. Look at the choppy graph if we're looking at every single qualifier. Still a good profit, but you're all over the place, as you can see there. So you're going to have to take a losing year in order to get a winning year. Losing year, winning year. It doesn't work, does it? So we need that filter, and it works very well. Horses' ages are easy to find just here. Favourite only, don't forget. That's got a 7 in it. You're up and running. Well, you'll have to dig out your article on easy courses because we're looking at favourites on sharp courses who ran on an easy course last time out. They are backable. I don't know if that's that sudden change to a sharp course, but it's profits looking very reasonable indeed. That's to £10 level stakes for the backer. So you'll find all the easy courses here. Oh, sorry, that's sharp. So we look at the favourite. Whenever you're looking at last time out, click on the favourite's name. And if the last race course was on our easy list, you can just open that up. Probably Market Raisin, which is a sharp race course. Some of the race courses do fall under a number of categories, so do double check that. So on your easy course article, open it up, and if the last race was run on an easy course, start backing. It's a very good profit. I do like what I'm seeing there. This is the profit graph for favourite backers when the favourite on a sharp track has only gone or travelled 21 to 30 miles to the course. So a local horse on a sharp track, suggestion that they have an advantage, quite a clear advantage, as you can see there. It's a nice profit graph. It continues in an upward trajectory. We're still getting those higher highs there, and there, which suggests you might want to stick with it. Back into level stakes. Let's have a look at 2024. Are we still seeing a profit there? So 1495 currently. What was it like at the start of 2024? 1417. So we are marginally in profit to £10 backer stake. It's about a 9-point profit there. You'll need to go to the actual course itself. So click on Market Raisin, click on Signposts, click on Distance Travelled or Traveller's Check. It's 21 to 30 miles, so all the way down at the bottom here. You've only got two qualifiers, Bannister and Raincloud. If they're favourites, then back them. If they're not favourite, then don't worry. So we can have a look at the 235. Raincloud. Is the horse the favourite? Well, we're not getting the odds there. So we can have a look at the 235. Is Raincloud a favourite? If the horse isn't a favourite, no, he's not. He's all the way out there, 150 to 1. So nowhere near being a qualifier. What we're looking for in this case is this recent profit to continue strongly for the backer. Backing favourites on sharp racecourses when they ran 22 to 28 days since last run, last time out. Sounds a bit complicated. Let's have a look. So as you know, we head off here. So 22 to 28 days since last run, last time out. So the distance between last time out and the time before, if it was between 21 to 30 days, then you would have a qualifier. No, it isn't. Big gap. So you wouldn't have a qualifier. So we're only looking at the last race, the gap between that and the previous race. That's what it means by days since last run, last time out. Looks like a very good profit as well, particularly if you bear in mind this is standing on the 18th of January 2020 at minus 821 at the bank as of 2024, 1728. So you add 822 to that, and that's a mightily impressive bit of profit making. The idea is to latch onto that run and hope it continues, because it has been an excellent climb up. Slight sideways trajectory at the moment, but hopefully can continue in that upwards direction. Handicap limit 70 on a sharp track. Again, the backers are out in force here. £10 into £855 over the last 10 years, backing £10 level stakes. Not too shabby. Is it still performing in 2024? Well, let's have a look. 1,521 into 1,855. So performing well. So we're looking at a handicap limit of 70. So you'll find that within the race titles. You see 0 to 100, 0 to 130. We're looking for a handicap limit of 70 there. Okay, so you'll be looking at that figure. That's my interpretation of handicap limit 70. You would see it appearing in that particular part, or indeed in the actual race title itself. Well worth following for the backer. So we'll just look at the other remainings. I gave you the most profitable ones to start with, so maybe a clear focus on those. But any of the others which catch your attention, Trainer Team Easterby, 100 to 363 to £10 fixed liability. That's looking to lose £10 only per race. It's a good strike rate, 75%. So worth following it through. Better profit to back a stake, but more erratic profit graph. So fixed liability might be the way to go for Tim Easterby. Quite easy to find jockey, trainer, JT. So you're looking for Tim Easterby there on that favourite at Market Raisin. One run in the last year, lay to a backer stake, 100 into 589, 62% strike rate, longest winning sequence of 17. Since May 2016, £875 has been made to a £10 backer stake. So you've heard me say it before, get them while they're hot. Obviously, the recent run has outperformed the long-term 10-year trend. So well worth following. One run in the last year, you know where to find your last time out information. Just click on the favourite's name. One run in the last year. So we're looking 27th of April. No, we're not. We're looking 15th of October back to the 15th of October 2023. 3, and we've had 4 runs in the last year. Doesn't qualify. We just need that single run in the last year, and we will be laying to a £10 backers stake. Traino Marco Botti, lay. Average odds of 3.27. 4 winners in the last 5 races. He's suddenly found a few winners. That has just put a squeeze on the profits recently, but long-term trend is to lay trainer Marco Botti's favourites when they're running on a sharp course. Do like to look at pedigree. It's an obvious angle, isn't it? Some horses' pedigree might see them suited to the all-weather, etc. Sharp courses, Dam Sire Anshan back to £10 level stakes. Smooth profit graph. So let's have a look at that smooth profit graph for Dam Sire Anshan. This is what I like to focus on. The absolute ideal, of course, is bottom left to top right. We're nearly there, aren't we? Not many qualifiers, but it looks well worth following. Sharp, Dam Sire Anshan, strong back. 46% strike rate, nearly 50%. Wow. Where do we find all of the information about pedigree? You'll find that again by clicking on the horse's name, and you'll see the trainer's information here. The owner, if we had an owner angle, the sire, the dam sire, which is what we're interested in. If that said Anshan, you'd be quite happy to back that horse. So that's where you find all the sire and dam information, by clicking on the horse's name within the race card. I'm not going to go back to this because we might have some angles with sires, etc. But now you know where to find the information. As I say, another Dam Sire Cadeau Généreux. Lay, this one, the progeny of this one, when they're favourite on a sharp course. 72% strike rate, near enough. The bank's never been negative. Solid to lay 1 to 4 staking plan. Very smooth profit graphs throughout. So well worth following those pedigree angles with Anshan and Cadeau Généreux. Obviously, the progeny don't like these sharp racetracks when they're favourite. Positioned last time out, 9th. Lay 1 to 4 has been particularly good, 100 into 2,331. So that might be something for you to follow. You know where to find last time out information? Here. So all we're looking at, if the horse finished 9th last time out, lay it. Last time out, well, fancy that. 9th of 20. Wow. So you'd have a potential qualifier here and caught in the act of an obvious favourite at the off. So we would be laying caught in the act based on this particular principle. Laying the odds on favourite. So we're going to get good odds. It's a good strike rate, 72.8% as well. So let's see whether that can continue, particularly today. 2 runner races, easy to find. £100 into 709 to fixed liability, laying. Why do you lay to a fixed liability? Because the shorter the odds for the horse beaten, the bigger the return. As you can see, it's a very decent profit, and it's particularly got interesting there onwards. This must have been a very, very short price favourite. Let's have a look. 79. £237 profit. Laying a 1.04 shot in a 2-runner race. Who lost? Wow. 34% strike rate. Laying to a fixed liability will get you those huge returns like £73 here. Because the shorter the odds of the horse you can get beaten, the better the return. A whopping 200 quid earlier on you saw there. Getting a 1.04 shot beaten. £237.50. Getting that 1.04 shot beaten in May 2019. Not going to get many qualifiers. But obviously, when you see a 2-horse race, you start laying to a fixed liability. Level stake still makes a profit, just doubled the bank. And laying 1 to 4, again, the price graph looks very good indeed, doesn't it? Liability will be not really an issue when you're laying for these short. Look at the losses here, -7, -2.70. Pretty good stuff. When you make a profit, it's 38 quid. So it hoovers up quite a bit of those losses. So it's good stuff. Now you know what to do with 2-horse races on sharp tracks. Days since last run, 12 days. You get your backers head on here. Hope you know where to find that information. It is within the race card. This number here is the days since last run. 171 for this favourite. Wouldn't qualify in this particular instance. We need 12 days. So it has to be quite tight. And it looks to be that freshness which is getting these favourites over the line. 171 days here, of course, would not qualify. You need to see a 12. Evens favourite. Laying to a fixed liability again. £100 into 742 to £10 backers stake. Average odds just over evens, 2.13. Industry starting price is another way of saying the bookies. So if that horse gets to evens caught in the act, you would be laying him on a sharp track such as Market Raisin. So evens, industry starting price, another word for saying the bookies odds. If you're seeing evens there, you would be following the instructions here and laying to a fixed liability because it's a pretty decent return. Obviously the strike rate is just over evens, getting us that return, 55.5% strike rate over time. Class H, last time out, lay to a backer stake. So coming out of a very poor quality race last time out, these favourites do look vulnerable on sharp tracks. Longest winning sequence of 9, mild loss retrieval plan. May boost a profit indeed. It turned 100 into nearly £2,000, £10 starting stakes. Longest winning sequence of 19, very impressive indeed. Where do we find Class H last time out? You should know by now. Just click on a horse's name to go last time out. Class H race. This is a Class 2. So you're looking for CH here. Okay. Class H don't tend to work well on the sharp track. Last time out, course Musselburgh. Back to a level stake. So if the favourite running on a sharp track today ran on Musselburgh last time out, back that horse. For some reason, produces a good profit to level stakes. Last time out, you know the drill. Quite simple, just look at the last race. You'll see SAN. If it said MUS, you would be up and running. Jockey last time out, Dane O'Neill. You don't know, Dane O'Neill might be the jockey next time, but it's a very smooth profit graph for Dane O'Neill, backing him to level stakes, 46.9%, nearly knocking on a 1 in 2 strike rate there over time, Dane O'Neill. On favourites, on sharp tracks, when he ran, he was the jockey last time out. So again, you're just looking for Dane O'Neill. If he was the jockey last time out, bang. Well worth backing. Last time out course, red car. Bit like Musselburgh. You know where to find that now. You'll be laying, in this particular instance, profits to both a fixed liability and impressively with a lay 1 to 4 stake plan. So you've got a lot of options with red car. If you want to limit your risk, go to fixed liability. If you want a better return with an increased risk, go to lay 1 to 4 staking plan. SP rank 8th last time out. Quite simply, that's saying the favourite this time out was at the 8th favourite last time out. Lay him. Smooth the profit graph to a fixed liability. Again, you're just looking. You'll need to do a bit of investigating here. You'll have to open up the last race. So let's see if we can do that. 8th favourite last time out. Today's favourite, today's horse. Where is he? Caught in the act is today's horse, 12 to 1. So the short price favourite, 7 to 2. So let me do a little bit of calculation here. So this is how you can do this. Chat GPT. So the 8th favourite here, would have been Giza Rockstar, not the qualifier. Today's horse caught in the act all the way down in 13th place. So use ChatGPT to help you get over that hurdle. 24 furlongs, 3-mile races, very specialist race distance, worth backing. We're knocking on nearly £1,000 profit to £10 level stakes over time. Longest losing sequence of 19 could put some off. Backing at odds of 4 plus does improve the smoothness of the profit graph, though. Sire Marla, again, we're looking at the sire. Back where the dam sires didn't work, it looks like you can back the progeny of Marla and Exceed and Excel to level stakes. Really smooth profit graphs as well. 2024 profit for both of those, the progeny of those sires. You know where to find those sires now. Good profit. So in conclusion, this is what caught my eye. Race distance last time out, 24 furlongs. Decimal odds of less than 2. Dam sire Anshan. Dam sire Cadeau Genereux. Jockey last time out, Dane O'Neill. That stood out. SP rank 8th last time out. Could be a little too finicky, that one, to bother with. We've got plenty of other options. 24 furlongs. Back at odds of 4 or higher. Sire Marla. Also pay attention to those that have never had a negative bank balance over the last 10 years. Never dropped below the original amount. Horses age 7, 21 to 30 miles travel to the course. Sire Marla and Sire Exceed and Excel. So I hope you enjoy this look at sharp courses. You can see that there's some really good angles to be had.